Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're putting on our diagnostic lenses and performing a systematic, step-by-step breakdown of a seemingly small but honestly incredibly vital part of your medical or dental school application. I'm talking about the perfect professional headshot. Think of This Explainer as a clinical examination of your first impression. We're going to dissect exactly what works, what completely fails, and how you can execute this perfectly.
So, what does a future clinician actually look like? That's the fundamental question every admissions committee is asking the second they open your file. For all the pre-med and pre-dental applicants tuning in with us, you really have to understand this. Before they even glance at your MCAT or DAT scores, before they review a single clinical hour, they see your face. This headshot, it's your visual handshake. It sets the baseline for how you're perceived from that moment on. The stakes here are incredibly high, and getting it right is just an absolute necessity. Polished, approachable, and professional. These three words are your true north right now. Your goal is simple. You must look like a future clinician who embodies those exact three traits. And to do that, we have to completely separate this from how we take photos in our daily lives. If you try to apply a, social media filter approach to this image, you are literally going to flatline your medical application before it even gets to the review committee. This is all about projecting competence and trust. Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to treat this agenda like a brief clinical checklist, just to immediately lower your anxiety about the whole process. We'll start with the future clinician look, prep your environment, move right into wardrobe and presentation, cover framing and image quality, and finally, lock it all in with the golden rule of simplicity. All right, Section 1, the future clinician look. Let's set the tone. The headshot sets the foundational tone for your entire professional package. It frames the narrative of who you are before a single word of your application is even read. So consistency is absolutely key here. Imagine spending months, literally months, crafting the stellar, deeply serious professional personal statement detailing your passion for patient care, and then attaching a photo of yourself in a t-shirt looking totally distracted, right? An unprofessional photo instantly undermines a highly professional resume. Everything has to align perfectly. The tone of your photo must match the rigorous tone of your written application. Moving on to Section 2, prepping your environment, establishing that professional space. Before you even step in front of the camera, let's methodically walk through the physical setup, because you really cannot take a professional photo in an unprofessional space. This is where so many applicants make unforced errors. Step 1, find a neutral wall. Step 2, face a window. Why? Because natural light works best, hands down. It gives you soft, even lighting across your face. And step 3, turn off those overhead lights. Overhead lighting acts like a harsh interrogation lamp. It casts these heavy downward shadows and creates dark circles under your eyes. We don't want that. We want your face clearly visible and well lit by that natural window light. Now let's diagnose and cure a bad background. The rules here are strict, folks. Use a simple, white, gray, or a very soft natural setting. And you must ruthlessly eliminate all clutter, decorations, or literally any distracting elements behind you. The focus should be entirely on you, the subject. If an admissions officer is staring at that cool poster on your wall or the messy bookshelf behind your shoulder, well, they aren't looking at you. Keep it flawlessly clean. Okay, Section 3, wardrobe and presentation. It's all about striking a balance. Now, what's really interesting here is how we balance the strict, traditional rules of business formal attire with the highly essential soft skills of approachability and warmth. Let's do a rapid-fire contrast of these two sides. On the left, we have the absolute gold standard, business formal. You are always safest wearing a suit jacket, a blazer, or a professional blouse in neutral colors. Think black, navy, gray, or white. On the right, though, we have the application killers. Please, avoid busy patterns, avoid bright or neon colors, and for sure, avoid casual clothing. I mean, imagine walking into a high-stakes interview for a prestigious dental program wearing your favorite comfortable hoodie. No way, you wouldn't do it. So please don't permanently attach that look to your application file. So what does a professional presentation actually look like in practice? Well, your expression matters just as much as your blazer. You should aim for a natural, confident smile. You want to look approachable and professional. Not overly serious, like you're glaring at them, but definitely not overly casual either. Look directly at the camera with confidence. Ensure your hair is neat and well-groomed. Keep your accessories very minimal, and maintain strong posture, shoulders back, head level. Next up, Section 4, framing and image quality. Let's talk technical execution. We've talked about you and your environment,
But now we really need to talk about the mechanics of the camera itself. Let's quickly knock out these technical requirements. First, the framing. You want to crop the image from the chest or shoulders up and center yourself right in the middle of the frame. Second, the quality. It must be a high-resolution image. Absolutely no blurry or pixelated photos. And the source material is incredibly strict on this next point. Avoid filters and heavy editing completely. Actually, as the documentation explicitly states, this is not a social media photo. You've got to keep the image clean, crisp, and 100% authentic to what you actually look like. Finally, Section 5, the golden rule. Keep it simple. Let's zoom back out for a second to look at your whole application strategy. So the crucial point is perfectly captured in this definitive quote directly from our source. Programs are not looking for creativity here. Honestly, this is such a liberating concept if you just embrace it. You do not need to stand out by having a unique background, a highly stylized pose, or some avant-garde outfit. In fact, doing that will actively hurt you. Leave your creativity at the door for this specific requirement, because it's unwavering professionalism that actually gets you in the door. To wrap up the core lessons of this explainer, let's reiterate exactly what the admissions committees are actually looking for when they view your photo. They want professionalism, showing you understand the strict expectations of the medical and dental fields. They want clarity, a clean, well-lit, unobstructed view of you. And they want authenticity, a true, unfiltered representation of the person who will actually be showing up to the interview. When in doubt, simply keep it simple. I want to end this explainer with this provocative question. Before you hit submit, look at your cropped, well-lit, business formal headshot and ask yourself, does this photo tell the admissions committee that I am ready to treat patients tomorrow? If you followed the structured steps we've laid out today, if your background is clean, your lighting is natural, and your expression is confident and approachable, the answer will be a resounding yes. Thank you so much for joining me for this breakdown. Stay focused, execute these steps, and go submit that flawless headshot.